Did you know that guanxi, or relationships, are as important to build in Japan as they are in China? Hi, I'm David Clive Price, author of the Master Key to Asia and the Master Key to China. And I'd like to tell you today a bit more about these networks, because they are vitally important in almost every Asian market. We hear about guanxi in China, which means contacts or connections, and they are extremely important to build in China because business is understood as a process of mutual obligation and which you have to join in the network. You have to have your own guanxi. But it's not only in China. The point I'm trying to make is it's all over Asia. I remember when I first went to Japan, I found myself a lovely little apartment in the suburb of Tokyo, and I was very happy with this. It was just a short-term arrangement to start with. I could move in, but after, shall we say, 4 weeks or so, I had to translate this arrangement, short-term arrangement, into a longer one. I wanted to stay in Japan for a lot longer than a few weeks, for a year or two. And in order to do that, and to enjoy my really exciting apartment with its lovely tatami floor and little balcony with a cute little Japanese washing machine outside, and a place where I could put my sushi and the little pots and things that I could have on the balcony, etc. In order to enjoy all that, I would have to find a guarantor. And this was the first time that I really came up against the, shall we say, Japanese guanxi system, which is a network in the same way as it is in China, of mutual obligation, of people knowing each other, of building up relationships. I had to find a guarantor. Well, I chose another foreigner, a very, very well-established foreigner in Japan, who was well known for his many books on Japan and was a mentor of mine and a friend of mine. So I thought that with all his rich relationships and long-term experience there, that he could be a guarantor for a yearly or 2-yearly contract. Well, how wrong I was. My poor friend tried to explain to me that he couldn't do it because it would put him at a disadvantage in regard to his own network of local Japanese. I would have to find a Japanese in order to guarantee me a lease on my lovely little apartment. This was quite a surprise to me, but it also helped because I went to my company and I found out that indeed somebody, my line manager there in the company, would in fact guarantee me under a process of obligation, a written contract, and with a special kind of stamp, which is a sort of ivory seal that you place on a document. All these had to be gathered for me to enter into a contractual obligation in Japan. And that was the very beginning of my Japanese network. So you see, everywhere you go in Asia, you have to think in terms of the network, entering into the system and becoming part of that network in which you can oblige someone, as I indeed did with my line manager by promising to stay there for 2 years, and signed a contract for that. In return for that, he signed a guarantor contract for me. So it's mutual obligation. You must always remember that, both in China in order to do business and in more or less every Asian market. So that's my little story on Japan and my tip for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you would like to know more about doing business in Asia and how I can help you with that and help you with coaching and training for individual Asian markets, please go to my website www.davidcliveprice.com, where you can apply for a free strategy consultation with me, 30 minutes, to go over your Asian plans in much more depth. Thank you for following today, and I wish you every success with your business in Asia.